We already had the $487 billion in cuts over the next 10 years. That was part of the Budget Control Act. And everyone agreed with that. There is some wasteful spending. There are some places where we can streamline procurement systems, research and development systems. We can break down some of these really big higher headquarters. But the sequestration, which will kick in next January, another $500 to $600 billion, that's what we're working to try to stave off. You know, we had a vote last week on reconciliation where we looked at some of these wasteful entitlement programs where we can make some cuts to them to stave it off for at least another year, and that's what I voted to support. But this is just the National Defense Authorization Act. It is us authorizing. Of course, the Senate is supposed to be doing the same thing, and then it goes to the appropriations folks for the actual dollar amount that we give to the military. But we have to be very careful. The world is a much more volatile place than it ever has been, and we are taking our military in the wrong direction. That's why we have a piece of legislation that's included in the NDAA. It's called the End Strength Reduction Act that will not allow us to just have the hitting the barn door mentality, but we will, you know, look at this in a logical fashion of drawing down our military. And if we see a national security objective that is threatened, we will not do that. And we're not having any BRAC activities until we can get this thing settled.
Now, and back to national security, do you think, well, obviously you agree that President Obama's actions over the past 3-4 years have, you know, lessened our standing in the international community?
Well, we have a horrible diminished influence. When you look at the violation of the War Powers Act with Libya, and we don't know who's running Libya right now. As I said, you have the Muslim Brotherhood and radical Islamists pretty much sort of running Egypt, and the Muslim Brotherhood has put forth a candidate for president, which is something they said they would not do. You've had attacks for the first time in, I think, 35 plus years that have struck the sea resort city of Eilat in Israel, coming out of the Sinai Desert. I think it was 2 weeks ago, Israel called up reserve battalions to be along the border with Syria and also down with the Sinai and Egypt. So this situation is not getting any better.
Do you think he could be considered as a threat himself? Is he a national security threat with his policies and how he's?
Well, yeah. I mean, the thing is, the policies can be threatening to the future stability and security of the United States of America because, you know, look at what's happening in our own area down in the Southern Command area, where you have Venezuela in cahoots with Iran. You have Iran and Mahmoud Ahmadinejad in January of this year making a tour throughout. We are not securing our borders. We are not enforcing our laws. Just 2 days ago, you had 49 dismembered and beheaded bodies dumped right along the Mexican-U.S. border. So you're starting to see radical Islamic groups and narco trafficking coming together and working. So, you know, this is not a safe and secure world in which we find ourselves because we're portraying weakness to it.